So this is a knife project I've been working on for a lot of years. I was gonna just talk about it for a little bit. So I used to have a paracord handle on it, and now I've got some plasti dip. It seems to work out a little bit better. There is a hole underneath that. I was thinking about putting that back in there once I figure out what I'm gonna do with the handle itself. I was thinking I was gonna like raise some areas on it somehow and then keep plastic dipping it until it's a lot thicker than it is now. It's still pretty good. Overall, this knife is about 11 3/4 inches long and about 7 inches of that is blade. So the knife is a really kind of an ugly tool steel, and what I did was blue it. It was the only way to really stop it from oxidizing on the surface with this kind of a rusty hue. It's a pretty strong metal. It's pretty thick. I'm sitting at it like a 1/4 inch thick. And that's after losing some of the thickness of the metal. I blued it because it seemed to be the best way to keep that barrier on that metal. You can tell that it is kind of a weird surface. It is smooth, but to get it really any more smooth than that, I couldn't do it. I've tried. This metal is as hard as a file. I don't know if we can click it into anything. You gotta tell, like, there's some pretty solidness to this knife. Anyway, I've kind of only ground on the top part of the knife here. I've only ground at one angle. So you can kind of see that in the light. That way you can kind of see. I don't know if we can get that zoomed in on there. You end up with a triangular wound. Anyway, the story behind this metal is there was this electrician that worked at a sawmill, and he was working on some of the electrical of one of the machines, and it led him to the top of the building somehow. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an electrician, nor am I a metallurgy type person, but I do like good metal. He found half of a clipper blade at this sawmill on top of the roof. I guess generally they turn in the metal. I would say that the clipper blade was probably about 4 inches thick. And, I mean, 4 inches wide, more than a 1/4 inch thick, or very strong 1/4 inch thick. And then the piece that I had broken off the main part of the blade, so it was like about a 4-foot tall piece. It was a big, heavy piece of metal, and it had 2 grounds on it at an angle. And so I took it to this metal shop in Yakima and had them water jet cut this thing right in half. And then what I did was I used a bucket of water and I ground, you know, the rough shape out, and I did some shaping with a file. I destroyed a file on it, I destroyed a grinding wheel on it, and I just kept it cool by always keeping it really close to the bucket and dipping it like over and over again. I mean, I might have lost some of the hardness, but right now, to this day, you stick a file on it and it'll barely even work that metal at all. So I was looking up some reading. Some people may have thought it might have been D2 tool steel. I don't know what they make clipper blades out of. I know that they throw logs at them and it just planes them instantly. But you got me. I'm really happy with this knife. I've been working on it for a long time. It's not finished yet. I am happy with this surface. I use that dark blue, the bluer dark blue from one of those cheap mart stores, and then The Plasti Dip was my best. I just love how that Plasti Dip feels. It's just I'm gonna end up making something a lot thicker. I don't know how I was gonna make nodules on here. I don't know, maybe like drops of glue on there maybe, because I kind of wanted to have like little like rubby knobs across it all over the place, kind of like random sizes, and then dip this thing like, I don't know, 10 or 15 more times, and then hang it and just let it dry, and then re-drill this and put like a lanyard on it. Anyway, it did have a sheath for a while. I gave the sheath to one of my friends. It had a spear in the ground on the sheath that I had made. So I will end up making another sheath for this, and then I'll like do a subsequent video for that. This is still a work in progress, kind of like my last, my baseball bat that I've been working on, the kinetic weapon. Anyway, so I'm just kind of overview. This is kind of like my art project. Thanks for watching.